life as we know it in this game. This game itself, the way we know it, will never be the same. Neverwinter hit us with all of the new, well, not all, but most of the new Mod 16 Undermountain info, and man, it is a game changer. So inside of this video, I'm going to go ahead and talk about all the information we know of as of right now for what they say is Neverwinter's biggest expansion. So if you guys do enjoy this video, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up like button, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. There's a lot to cover in this video, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Now, most of this information was just posted on the official Neverwinter Twitter and on the forums, so there is a lot to cover. I'm talking about a ton. This is going to be a longer video, so go get your coffee, sit back, and let's get into it. Right off the jump, one of the biggest things to look at is from the developer's blog saying level cap increase. People have been asking for it for so long, and it is finally coming to the game. It goes on to say the Undermountain expansion doesn't just bring with it a new set of challenges and a new storyline. It also brings with it a new level cap of 80. Yes, 80. It says, while exploring Undermountain, players will be adventuring in zones above level 70. If you survive all of the challenges Undermountain throws at you, you will come out the other side at level 80 and ready for an all-new dungeon experience. It also says, to go along with the increase to level 80, you will find that each class has at least one new daily encounter and at-will power. But that is just the surface of what is in store for our classes. Make sure to read more about it here, and I'll cover that here part in a moment. It says, our quest for better balance has been brought changes to our core formulas and ratings. Read more about that here, which I will get into. It says, keep your eyes open while delving the layers of Undermountain, not just for dangers and traps, but for the glint of treasure hidden throughout. As players advance to level 80, so does the gear. Undermountain brings new equipment ranging from level 71 to level 80, new seal gear, new dungeon equipment, and new even higher item level artifacts for players to enjoy. It is about time. And then it goes on to say Undermountain isn't just a level cap raise or a new campaign. It brings with it a lot of core work and redesigns to make the game more balanced, as well as improve group play and dungeon challenges. Make sure to check back for all of the blogs over the coming weeks, which will go into depth on all the parts of this expansion. Overall, there is a lot to learn about in the update and a mountain filled with the magics of Halistar to explore and discover. Welcome to Undermountain. Jared Sears, lead system designer. Whew, my goodness. A new level cap to level 80. Every single class in the game is going to have a brand new daily power, a brand new encounter power, a brand new at-will power. This is change. This is positive stuff. That is good. I mean, I've been playing this game for over 4 years with the same exact classes, with the same exact at-wills, the exact same dailies, the exact same powers. We are finally getting new ones, which is awesome. And they said that is just the surface of what is in store for the classes. Brand new level cap. Amazing. That I like. Let's go ahead and look at the section where it says developer blog classes intro, and this is where it gets kind of crazy. It says, at the core of Neverwinter's gameplay are our classes. This makes class balance an important part of how fun our game is to play. Neverwinter has evolved and changed over the years through so many updates. All of that change has moved the abilities of each class relative to each other up and down to where now some classes have developed clear advantages and others have fallen behind. While we have been working hard towards balance with small changes in each update, we decided there were enough changes needed that the pace was too slow to get balance where it needed to be, and that it would be the best way to tackle the majority of the changes in one big push. They are changing class names. It says, with this update, we are moving away from the 4th edition of Dungeons & Dragons predefined build classes. Classes will now be known by their core names that are very familiar to anyone who has played Dungeons & Dragons. So instead of a devoted cleric, now it's just going to be called a cleric. Instead of a guardian fighter, now it's just going to be called a fighter. Instead of an oath-bound paladin, now it's just a paladin. Instead of a hunter ranger, now just a ranger. Instead of a trickster rogue, now just a rogue. Instead of a scourge warlock, now it's just going to be called a warlock. Instead of a control wizard, now it's just going to be called a wizard. And the great weapon fighter is actually going to be called the barbarian now. So, it says that they will be rolling out blogs over the next coming weeks which give a deeper dive into each specific class. This post will be looked at overcoming changes to the class as a whole. And this is where it even gets crazier. Feats. It says, while feats are a system which allow flexibility and uniqueness to choose different character builds, how it was implemented and balanced made for a lot of undesirable feats and powers. Oftentimes, an entire feat tree wasn't worth taking. This was a feature where we examined a lot of options. Ultimately, we decided to make some pretty significant changes. The feats tab on the character sheet is no more, and feat trees no longer exist. Wow. It says, instead, each Paragon path will have 5 pairs of feats where you get to choose one of the 2 feats in each pair to customize your play. With this change, we can offer more unique choices that have a distinct impact in play instead of sprawling feat trees where the majority of the feats have no real impact on how you play your character. This is huge. This is unbelievably crazy. They're taking feats and feat trees out of the game. This is nuts. And it says now you will have 2 Paragon paths where each one of them will have 5 pairs of feats that you could choose 2 feats in each pair. That means now you're not going to have a lot of the same exact classes running around with the same exact builds. Different things should be viable now and different playstyles should be viable. Even though this change is crazy because, this is basically changing the game as we know it, I think this actually will be healthy for the game. I think that this is actually a good change. Then it goes on to say Paragon paths. One of the goals of our class rework was to create more distinction between the Paragon paths. We started by splitting more of the powers between the 2 paths, including the new powers added to accompany the level cap increase, which is covered in another blog. It says each Paragon path now has 2 unique at-wills, 2 shared at-wills, 5 unique encounters, 5 shared encounters, 2 unique dailies, and 10 shared dailies. That means now each class is going to have 2 paragons where at-wills will be 2 at-wills will be the same amongst both paragons, but each paragon will have 2 separate at-wills, meaning that there will be a total of 6 at-wills for each class. Same exact thing. Now you're going to have 5 unique encounters per paragon and 5 shared encounters, meaning there will be 15 different encounter powers. And each class will have 2 unique dailies and 2 shared dailies, meaning there will be 6 different dailies to use. It says, and as mentioned above, each paragon has 5 pairs of feats, which you could choose from one from each pair to customize your build. Crazy. It says, currently Neverwinter has role-based queuing for content based on the class with only one exception, the Paladin. We liked the versatility that the Paladin has and wanted to extend that option to more classes, as well as expand which classes could be a tank or healer. So all of you Scourge Warlocks that were never able to queue as healers, even though you play temp, this is going to bring that change. It says Paladins can now queue as tanks or healers. Clerics can now queue as healers or DPS. Guardian Fighters can now queue as tanks or DPS. Great Weapon Fighters, now called Barbarians, could queue as tanks or DPS. And the Warlocks now can actually queue as healers or DPS. Rangers, Rogues, and Wizards will have 2 DPS Paragon paths. This is nuts. It almost seems to me now that they're taking really the Warlock and the Great Weapon Fighter as the main DPS classes and moving them more to hybrid tank DPS healing roles, while the main DPS classes now are going to be looked upon as the Ranger, the Rogue, and the Wizard. I mean, that's the way it's looking to me. Another crazy change in the game, PowerPoints. It says, at this point, you may be wondering how PowerPoints will tie into these changes. It says PowerPoints will be removed with this update. Oh my goodness. Ultimately, they hinder play, especially while leveling, and put a blocker on players being able to fully experience their characters at endgame. Without power points, players will have full access to their powers and feats the moment they unlock them by level, and will have them available at their full potency instead of having to upgrade them before they are worth slotting. This is crazy. I mean, I think it's good at the same time, because a lot of times when you start a new character, especially if you're new to the game, you don't get to know the real benefit of a power because you don't have it fully upgraded or you don't have it unlocked yet. So it's a big change, but I think it might kind of be good. Now let's go into the other part, tanking and healing. It says we are making significant changes to tanking and healing in Neverwinter. These changes will be covered further in future blogs that discuss changes to underlying mechanics. This will include information on the removal of lifesteal. For those of you guys that heard the rumors, it is confirmed, it is true. Lifesteal is being removed from the game. It says the removal of lifesteal from the majority of sources in the game. So it doesn't say it's going to be completely removed. It's just going to be removed from the majority of sources in the game, making lifesteal very hard to come by. It says more in-depth information will be listed in the specific class blogs that have healing and tanking mechanics. It says we still wanted to give an overview of the changes and goals as they relate to each overall class. Healing is not much of a factor in the current state of the game, which is true. I mean, nobody heals. This is because lifesteal has become so powerful that oftentimes players can self-heal, making any minor or moderate amount of damage negligible. In turn, this has necessitated boss mechanics that increasingly do more and more damage, which often results in either having a full health bar or being dead. As much as I don't like to see lifesteal coming out of the game, as an endgame player, I will say that this is very true. Most of the time, I never take any damage. Most of the time, even if I do take damage, my lifesteal heals me so immediately, it's like, don't even need to worry about nothing. The current way the game is right now, it's like, it's not challenging. It's not hard because you have lifesteal. I could understand completely why they're making this change. And to be honest with you, I kind of applaud it. It says, in order to create enjoyable content, we needed to fix this problem. Both to give combat a more dynamic feel where the health bar moves up and down throughout the course of a fight, and to give healing a more prominent role in group play. So now people that actually want to be healers can be healers again. Clerics don't have to be buffers. You could actually be a healer. That's good. I know this is a lot of changes. I know this is crazy, but I actually think that that is good. It says Paladin and Cleric now spend their divinity on powerful healing spells and have new divinity earning mechanics in their play. Warlocks use their soul essence, which was formerly soul shards, and also have new mechanics for earning soul essence in combat. Paladins, fighters, and barbarians all have a redesigned guard, which provides a shield equal to their maximum hit points. Their guard absorbs damage until it is depleted, at which point the damage hits the player directly. For example, a paladin has 200,000 hit points. They raise their shield and take a hit for 30,000 damage. Their guard now has 170,000 hit points left. If they take another hit for 200,000, then their guard is depleted and they take 30,000 damage directly. Well, this is nuts. I mean, this is nuts. My only concern with this is if you're going to give those classes a shield, then what about the DPS characters? What about the Trickster Rogues? What about the Rangers? What about the Control Wizards? Especially, Control Wizards and Rangers, we're squishy as it is. We have to survive off lifesteal to stay alive. So are they going to give every class more hit points? Are they going to give Control Wizards a shield? Rangers a shield? I don't know. I guess we'll figure out more in the future. It says, thank you for bearing with me through this long blog post. Classes are how we identify all of our characters while adventuring in Neverwinter. Our goal with all of these changes is to bring a solid and fun level of balance to the game, as well as bring out what makes each of these classes unique while making sure that no matter what class a player ultimately chooses to pick, they have a great experience playing it. Man, this is a lot to think about. This is a lot to put your mind, to wrap your head around. I haven't even covered all the other changes, and look how much we have changed to this game already. Lifesteal's pretty much gone out of the game. All the new... this is nuts. I mean, this is really nuts. Let's go to the other thing. That's being changed now. Developer blog, item level and scaling. Item level is used throughout Neverwinter to gauge the potential of a given character and is used to gate access to different content in order to make sure players are strong enough to survive. However, on live, item level was not consistent between sources and is not performed well as a measure of player potential due to the item level being different depending on source it's coming from. Undermountain was our chance to make item level far more consistent and therefore make it a more accurate gauge of player potential. I think what they're saying by that is some things give a lot of item level that really don't help you out. For instance, like movement, Dark Enchantment rank 14s in movement, and mount speed bonus boons. I mean, that's like 1,200 more item level there, which doesn't make you any more powerful in combat. I think that that's actually what they're getting at. It goes on to say standardizing item level. On live, a chest armor piece and an undershirt will be the same item level but give very different amounts of ratings. Insignias will double the number of stats they give each rank, but yet their item level doesn't double. These are the things we wanted to address to make item level more representative. With the Undermountain expansion, one item level equals 20 rating points. This is big. That means, for the third time now in this game, they are changing the mechanic of item level. When this game first came out, it used to be called gear score. That changed, I believe, somewhere around mod 7 or 8 or something like that, and then it went to item level. Now in mod 16, Undermountain, item level is going to be replaced by a new system called a rating system. So basically, I guess if one item level equals 20 rating points, if you have a 1,000 item level, now you're going to have a 20,000 rating, more or less. It says, while this change does address the majority of sources of item level, there are still outliers such as companions, mount powers, and bonding runestones. We believe those to now be a better representation as well, but we will also adjust their values as needed to find the perfect representation for them. This change will adjust some stats players already have, but it should be an overall gain. For example, chest pieces will now give slightly fewer stats, but most of the other equipment slots will have been raised up to give more stats in the past. The overall goal of all these changes is to make it so that if two players are both 12,000 item level, they are very close in terms of their overall potential. This is crazy. And they go on to say things about scaling, how they're going to scale players who are lower level up, they're going to scale higher players down, and so on and so forth. If you guys want to read all of this stuff that I'm reading you, go to the official Neverwinter forum. I'll link it in the top pinned comment of this video. So you guys can read it for yourselves, but I'm showing you basically everything that they more or less have talked about so far. If you guys have not watched the official trailer, I'm going to show a couple key parts of it right now, but go to the official Neverwinter Twitter or go to the official forums and watch the new Mod 16 Undermountain trailer. It shows a lot of things inside of the trailer. It shows that they say this is going to be Neverwinter's biggest expansion yet, which is crazy. Then it goes to show dragons. They actually show dragons again. Dungeons and Dragons with dragons. I can't believe it. Will we actually be killing dragons again? This will be awesome. Then they go on to show a Razorwood walking around. Is that an enemy? I don't know. Then it goes on to show, it says an all new campaign. And it shows like this old like steel metal armor person in the background. And it shows another different type of dragon. Then it shows this crazy guy with these like Tesla coils around him standing in this thing, and he claps his hands and all this electricity and lightning go all around him. It is crazy. It goes on to say that the level cap increased to 80, and then it says, this is crazy right here, 5 new adventure zones. And it shows like this, I don't even know what this is. It's like this big area with different winding staircases all inside of it. But not only are we getting a new campaign, we're getting 5 new adventure zones. 5. I cannot believe this. I feel like the guy in Coming to America. I can't believe this. This is crazy. Complete class overhauls. And then they show, I think, which is a paladin with a new power where he has these 3 big golden horses with knights on them charging forward. This looks to be one of the new powers in the game, maybe for the Guardian Fighter or the Paladin. Insane. Absolutely insane. Now, I'm really hoping they don't mess this up. Because my question is, are they doing too much at once? You know, this is a lot for players to wrap their heads around. Are they doing too much at once? The complete class overhauls, I really, really hope that the overhauls aren't bad. I hope that they're good, but I guess we'll see. And then it says, and more, obviously. And when it shows and more, it has like this cathedral with these paintings all around it, which look like this Gandalf wizard guy. Like a couple different pictures of him. And it shows another woman as well and other people. And then at the very end, it shows like this green wizard guy standing there with a staff. I really hope that means that for once in this game, we will actually get staffs as control wizards to use as weapons. I mean, every control wizard I know always uses a staff or a wand. I don't know why we have to use these orbs. I really, really hope they bring weapon transmutes for control wizards that are staffs or wands that look like this guy's things right here. Because this is insane. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know if this is a new class or if he's like the main boss of whatever new dungeon or one of the new dungeons that's going to be in the game. But he looks mighty powerful. And then it goes on to say at the end, Neverwinter, Undermountain. Wow. Guys, this is a lot of stuff, man. You know me. I'm really negative about a lot of things in this game. I complain a lot. But this is really positive, man. I mean, there's some things that I'm kind of on the fence about that I need, we all need to see, how they're going to transpire as far as the class overhauls and changes to lifesteal and things like that. But my God, a new level cap to 80, 5 new adventure zones, more encounters, new at-wills, new dailies. This is nuts. I mean, this is what I've been wanting from this game for years. I'm sure it's what all of you guys have been wanting for years. New content, and they are loading it up. Even for somebody like me, man, I try to stay positive, but I know at times I come off negative. This right here, I am super excited for this. This looks absolutely amazing. I just hope that it lives up to its potential, because this trailer makes it look like unbelievable. I mean, holy crap is all I could say. So anyway, man, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you guys watched the trailer. Make sure you watch it. Make sure you read everything. How do you feel about everything I talked about in this video? The new level cap to 80, getting rid of PowerPoints, getting rid of paragons, getting rid of feat trees, getting rid of lifesteal, getting rid of item level for a new rating system, 5 new areas, new campaigns. This is nuts. Leave a comment down below. I'm pretty amped up about this, man. It's been a long time since I've been truly amped up about something in Neverwinter. But I'm really, really amped up about this, man. Today is a good day. Developers, Thomas, Julia, man, all you guys out there, I think you might have finally hit a home run in this game, man. And I'm hoping it works out for us, the players, and for you guys as developers, and brings more people to this game. Because this looks like it could be something. This could be something, the needed and wanted change that this game has been asking for. We'll see how it transpires. I cannot wait to find out new information and more information about this. It looks amazing. Great job. So like I said, guys, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you haven't hit the thumbs up like, man, and you're enjoying this and you can't wait for this, hit the thumbs up like. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, you already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. So anyway, YouTube, this is the Assist Man, and until next time, I am out.